They were third in points per game, first in total yards, first in yards per play. The defense was ninth in points per game, and yards per game, 10th. So, do you think Baltimore deserves to be co-favorites with the Bills?
Well, look, I'm just going to keep it honest.
Oh.
You in the AFC, you can always put the Chiefs as a favorite. I mean, they've been to 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls, right?
Good.
1-3. So you could do that. But I do think Vegas is saying, all right, they've been to 5 of the last 6.
What? How are they going to get to 6?
That's ridiculous.
One team ever has been to 4 straight, the Bills, and they didn't win any of them. So I think they're looking at it like, they're not going to the Super Bowl every year. All right?
How's that work?
And then I think with the Eagles, obviously it's very difficult to get back, let alone repeat. There's only been 2 teams this century. So once you get past the Chiefs and the Eagles, the Ravens can be first. You could. I mean, they got the 2 teams. Some people might throw Detroit in there. I think the Ravens, of the 3 teams, the Bills, Detroit, Ravens, I got Baltimore. And I'm riding with Baltimore this year. I think this will be the year
week. Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
No,
this will be the year
predictions.
they get it. Well, it's always in pencil in July.
Okay.
It's always in pencil in July.
Stay tuned
all right.
for predictions week.
That said, I think Vegas is saying, all right, obviously you love the roster. They're believing that Lamar is going to get it done. All right. He's the only 2-time MVP who hasn't. So they're saying, look, eventually he'll get it done. There's a reason all the multiple MVP winners have won a championship. All right. The only guy, I think, the best quarterback never to win a Super Bowl, Dan Marino. If you look at Marino's career, as fabulous as he was, his numbers started to decline after like his 6th season.
Yes.
And the team was no longer great every year. They had some good years, some bad or mediocre years. Not the case with Lamar. Like, he's clearly getting better, and his team is consistently in contender status. So I think they're just saying, look, it's time for him to get better. The question's been the playoffs. But look at him in the playoffs. He has gotten much better, despite, I know he made the mistakes last year, and I've criticized him for that. But look at the first 4 games versus the last 4 games. Those last 4 of his last 2 years. Completion percentage skyrocketed. Yards per pass skyrocketed. Touchdown to I did total touchdowns to total turnovers. But look how much better it is. It's not perfect, but it's way better. And then the passer rating, obviously, almost double.
But don't you, hold on. So this is not.
So you don't think he's gotten better?
It's not that I don't think he's gotten better. It's that I think that right-hand column is unintentionally misleading. Because I don't look at it as Lamar's played 4 pretty good games. I look at it as Lamar has played 2 awesome games.
Yes.
1 truly awful game, the AFC Championship game against Kansas City.
Last year.
And 1 weird game last year.
Where he was really good at times, but he had the 2.
Right, where the first half I thought he played really poorly, and then in the second half did everything he could to overcome it. And you know what I mean? And couldn't. It has been more, and I know this.
But in his first few years,
they were all just bad.
Right,
they were 100%.
So he's clearly shown improvement.
Yes, I agree. He has definitely shown improvement. I don't think. I think it has been, again, trademark Josh Allen, more roller coastery than that column indicates. But yes, it's not. In the beginning, it wasn't a roller coaster. It was a flat EKG. It was bad, and so I agree with that. So like yesterday. Something happened on the show that I thought was interesting. I said DeAndre Hopkins was their biggest offseason addition. And you guys both almost in sequence said, what about Jair Alexander? And I had kind of overlooked it. And then I was like, wait a minute. The Ravens told us DeAndre Hopkins was their biggest offseason addition by what they paid him. He makes $5 million. Jair Alexander, that evidently everyone but me, because internet's very upset with me on the Jair Alexander take. They're like, you don't think Jair Alexander's still awesome? He was available for everyone. They're paying him $4 million. Like, that's one of those ones where the market kind of tells it. It's not an NBA buyout where it's like, I'm getting my money elsewhere. He's worth $4 million. And it's not just because the guy sometimes goes out to the coin toss for, when he's not supposed to. It's because he is not the player he was 3 years ago.
That can light a fire under you, though. Obviously, he didn't get the money he wants.
Yes.
Light a fire.
The Packers moving on from him and him only getting $4 million and being on a prove-it deal, it could. It's also possible He's just not a huge difference maker anymore. Now, I do think they have, they took Malachi Starks in the first round. They already had a great safety. Like, the safety duo should be good. The Ravens seem to be the perpetual media darling in a way I've never seen a regular season only team be. I don't remember any of the other teams that consistently, I don't remember people just like every year being like, Schottenheimer's Chargers, I promise they're the best. I don't remember it happening with James Harden's Rockets. I don't remember it happening with the Lob City Clippers. I don't remember there being a team in sports that again, like 4 of the last 5 years, it's like, man, through 7 weeks, the greatest team in history, this iteration of the Ravens.
It's coming.
And it's coming. And then it feels to me, and I feel like we're in a bit of reruns because I said this last year, that right after their playoff loss, everyone has a moment of clarity and they're like, man, it's going to be hard to believe in Baltimore until they show it to us in the playoffs. And then the preseason gets going. We're like, who looks great? Those Ravens. And I'm not even bringing up the Chiefs. I think it's disrespectful to Buffalo when Buffalo was supposed to be stripped down, rebuild. Buffalo had the better regular season and beat them in the playoffs.
Do you think Buffalo's roster is better?
I think Buffalo is better at winning football games. I don't know, if we go player for player,
I have said
what I mean?
the Ravens have to prove it in the postseason. There's no question about that. But I think it's faith in Lamar. And I don't even include myself in this group I'm about to mention, but I do think there are a lot of people out there that just want Lamar to get one. I want it because I'm picking him. Sure. But it's, he does stand for a lot of things. Yes. He's a different type of quarterback.
And he was unfairly maligned early.
So I think a lot of people are in the media are giving him
that's where I've said I thought they're.
And I'm not even there. I'm pulling for him because they're my pick.
You're selfishly.
But it's not. It's not. Yeah. I like Lamar, but it's not for those reasons. Mm-hmm. But I think that is why a lot of media do give him the benefit.
And one other thing, and this is, I might get struck down here by the sports gods. This is a dangerous one.
Oh.
If we were to do a draft of amazing players last year, best players in the league, who we think might have a massive downturn this year, how high in that draft does 31-year-old Derrick Henry go?
Not high.
Okay, well, hold on. Who are the best players in the league last year, stats-wise? We know the quarterbacks were Josh and Lamar. We know the receivers were Jamar and there was another monster receiver that I'm forgetting. It wasn't Justin Jefferson. Saquon's the running back. Tight end, probably, I guess, last year, Brock Bowers. If we were to do it, and it's like, hey, it's got
top 3 in every offense.
Obviously, all those guys are much younger. But Henry, and again,
I do think built different.
Yes, and we're in an era. I do think players in general are going to play longer. And some players, particularly a lot of the great players, he has shown he was better last year than he had been the past few years.
But you agree with me though?
No,
I don't. But if you did that draft,
but that's
an odd quarterbacks, draft. Wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, of the top, the guys who were in the All-Pro, first-team All-Pro conversation, you know what I mean, who were like, hey, you win the prize if your guy has half of his numbers that he had the last year. Half.
Not even 1,000
Because that's, by the way, when he had 2,000 yards before, was the next year is when he missed a bunch of time, but then he bounced back and had multiple awesome years. Again, I said I might get smited for
I don't like it. I don't like the exercise.
Okay.
Well, and also because all of those guys, most of them are much younger than him.
Right, but that's part of the reason I'm saying it. I'm saying it because he's the old guy who had the awesome year.
So why don't we do it with LeBron, just for the sake of argument? Because I think these
LeBron
guys, not only do they like wearing crowns, but I put them in the same category. Like, root against them at your own peril. They've shown nothing on tape that show they're going to have a fall off the cliff in production.
I guess my answer would be 2 or threefold. One is, try as they might, guys aren't literally tackling LeBron every time. And the other one is that Derrick Henry, as great as he is to me, is not the LeBron caliber, you know what I mean, of athlete or tier of play. Right, he's not the LeBron of running backs is the right way to put it. So
yeah,
but maybe, again, I'm not even saying I'm predicting it. This is the weakest take I've
But
ever
you
given.
threw it out there.
I'm just saying, I said I might get
He's
smited.
throwing it out there,
It's
so
just
if it
out
happens, he'll replay this. He's already gotten Dusty the Racket.
Racket.
Yeah.
This is a Jim Rome show?
I still believe it.
Maybe the answer is that's a dumb draft. No one would participate.
No, it's kind of like a pessimistic
draft. 2
draft.
years ago, sadly, probably the top pick of that draft would have been Kelsey. Kelsey coming off that awesome year. It's like, hey, all the guys who had these awesome years, who's the most likely to have a downturn? It probably would have been Travis, sadly.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking, it's too pessimistic of a draft.
Well, it's not. I didn't know.
And I just still think Derrick Henry is going to be great. The other thing is, if he maybe he has slid a little bit, but with Lamar next to him, you have to guard two guys, so it opens more stuff up. Also, it's also my take on Saquon. Jalen Hurts helps Saquon, not necessarily the other way around.
Necessarily the other way around.
Just say
both. Just say they help each other.
It's a two-way street.
Absolutely.
Just have
Everyone
that be the
thought it
take.
was a one-way
It's a
street.
two-way street.
It's a two-way street.